Hello, my name is Adam. I will explain about bionic foot.
Over time, leg prostheses have improved in design, but have been incapable of actively adapt to different walking velocities in a manner comparable to a biological limb. People with a leg amputation using such commercially available passive elastic prostheses require significantly more metabolic energy to walk at the same velocities, prefer to walk slower, and have abnormal biomechanics compared with non-amputees. Compared with using a passive elastic prosthesis, using the biomechanic prosthesis decreased metabolic cost by 8%, increased trailing prosthetic leg mechanical work by 57%, and decreased the leading biological leg mechanical work by 10% on average. Across walking velocities between 0.75 and 1.75 meter per second squared, and increased preferred walking velocity by 23%. Using the bionic prosthesis result in metabolic energy costs, preferred walking velocities, and biomechanical patterns that were not significantly different from people without an amputation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aldila Putri.
And I'm Ali, and we will explain about
How the bionic foot works. The new technology uses implanted sensors sending wireless signal to the artificial limbs built-in computer, real-time control and faster, more natural responses and movements. Prosthetic control by muscle impulses have been around since the late 1960s, but the technology has served limitations. It works by laying sensors on the skin of the limb, which picks up electrical impulses that control, for example, an artificial eye. The trouble is, the sensors pick up electric impulses from more than one muscle. This degrades performance, requires a lot of practice to operate properly, and makes the prosthesis low in prices and frustrating to use. One answer to this is to use more precise sensor arrangements that make the limb for all practical purpose mind control. The method is already used with great success on upper limbs and even artificial hand, but paradoxically, it has been less successful with lower limbs.
the problem is that the upper limbs use more conscious control than the lower ones. We use arms hands for actually doing things like picking up a cup or working a screwdriver. So, we do a lot of the heavy work of coordination. By contrast, we use legs for getting around and our control is much less conscious. Essentially, the legs need to control themselves by means of reflexes triggered by the spinal cord rather than direct commands from the brain. The control system works by means of implanted myoelectric sensors. The size of matchsticks, these are implanted into specific remnant muscles in the limb stump. Meanwhile, a coiled wire receiver inside the prosthetic cups picks up the impulses and transmits them wirelessly to the robotic limb's computer. Together, the image and robotic limb act as a short cybernetic spinal cord. Instead of the wearer consciously controlling the limb's movements, the wearer sends an unconscious command to the prosthesis, which control the movements.
Hello, my name is Karina Nur Adhiriva. Let me explain you about the materials of bionic foot.
The 20th century has seen the greatest advances in prosthetic limbs. Materials such as modern plastic have yielded prosthetic devices that are strong and more lightweight than earlier limbs made of iron and wood. New plastics, better pigment, and more sophisticated procedures are responsible for creating very realistic-looking skin. The most exciting development of the 20th century has been the development of myoelectric prosthetic limbs. Myoelectricity involves using electrical signal from the patient arm's muscles to move the limb. Research began in the late 1940s in West Germany, and by the late 60s myoelectric devices were available for adults. In the last decade, children have also been fitted with myoelectric limbs.
Hello, my name is Sabrina, and I will tell you about the materials of bionic foot.
Today, the feet are made from urethane foam with a wooden inertial construction. Other materials commonly used are plastics, such as polyethylene, polypropylene, acrylic, and polyurethane. Prosthetic socks are made from a number of soft yet strong fabrics. Earlier socks were made of wool, as are some modern ones, which can also be made of cotton or various synthetic materials. Physical appearance of the prosthetic limbs is important to give empathy. The majority of endoskeletal prostheses are covered with a soft polyurethane foam cover that has been designed to match the shape of the patient's own limbs. This foam cover is then covered with a soft or artificial skin that is painted to match the patient's skin color.